stages of the competition after a strong win over St George. The Blues won 29-10. Wests beat Gordon, Eastern Suburbs upset Eastwood, Warringah thrashed Uni and Randwick flogged Parramatta. And just up the road from that match at Coogee Oval, by far the most remarkable rugby story of the day came out of a 5th grade second division match. There was a crowd of 6 at Latham Park to see prop forward Ken Williams run on for his 600th game for the Drummoyne Rugby Club. The 51-year-old police prosecutor has been playing for the Dirty Reds for 33 years. He last played first grade 6 years ago, and since his first match in 1955, he's been thoroughly in love with the game.
You don't play it for any military gain at the end. You just play it because you enjoy it and because you make friends all over the place. No matter where you go, you always bump someone that's played rugby, whether they play for Drummoyne or no matter who.
Among those 600 appearances have been 3 grand finals. Ken is by no means the oldest or the unfittest player in his side, just the most experienced. The irony is that he's been married 25 years to a woman who hates rugby.
And in the case of Ken Williams, it appears that they don't retire. Ken turned out at the Drummoyne Rugby Club for the 700th time this afternoon. The veteran front rower is content to spend his Saturday afternoons in leisurely fashion with the club's 6th grade side. At 55, Ken reckons he's packed into more than 21,000 scrums, so he was more than happy to be chaired from the field after today's milestone. As for the future...
Those questions, I don't know what's coming tomorrow, might be dead.
Toys and their toys. They say the only difference as a man gets older is the toys get more expensive. But not in this case. Chris Hill meets a group of middle-aged mates who've been kicking the same little old ball around for years and loving every minute of it.
Hey, all right?
Napo.
Hi.
Hi, Alex. You know, altogether those 3 blokes have pulled on the boots for Drummoyne close on 2,000 times. Take that old buggy you saw first up.
Go back a bit, Simon.
What's that? Go back a bit, mate. Rewind it.
Okay.
Oh, yep, that's him, Ken Williams. 55 years old and still tight head prop. That's George Napton, Napo. Here's a horrible thought, a 53-year-old hooker. And breakaway Alex the Charmer Palmer, a veritable cherub at 43. Whoever they'd have you believe rugby is the game they play in heaven, these guys would have to be first reserves already. Actually, there's nothing reserved about the Dirty Reds. They may be getting on, but they're still getting on with it.
If I'm playing football at the same age as them, it'll be a miracle. I don't think my legs will last that long.
Admittedly, it is 6th grade rugby, and sure, the view's lousy from their run on the ladder, but the alternatives are even more depressing.
I think it's good to mix with younger people, rather than mix with people our own age or older, dying or talking about dying.
Hey, that's what we're worried about. We've got all these mounds of dirt out here ready to bury him one day.
Now, as you can imagine, when you have to carbon date a team to get their average age, busted bones are a bummer. So it came as no surprise when the boys were forced to call in an emergency substitute. I was a little reluctant. These guys could be my dad. Mind you, I played a bit of rugby in my day.
Just go in that number 4, will you?
Rugby league, that is.
What's wrong with the jersey, mate?
Ken, why are you still doing this?
I still enjoy it, Chris.
What are you enjoying?
Oh, it's good fun.
I don't think anyone's trying to convince him he's too old for this.
There's always a place in our team, Chris. I know he's getting on in years, but his strength is tremendous in the scrums.
He really kicks into it, doesn't he?
My word, he does. He's a very hard man. Even his own team gets sore packing onto him.
And that's fortunate. The Dirty Reds were going to need all the hard men they could get.
No mercy.
Southern Districts were invincible last season, so you could hear a pin drop at the kickoff.
He's solid, he's in the ruts, he's in the maul, he doesn't go, you never see him in the loose.
What would he be doing in the loose?
God, you know, I've been buddies for years. Yeah. Great bloke, great player.
He again just keeps running and running.
Both the boys and the scoreline held up remarkably well to half-time.
The scrums are going good. The line-outs are pretty even. We're just going to put pressure on them more when they've got the ball.
What's the score? 9-0. 9-0, I think. 9-0 at the moment.
Now, to give the Dirty Reds their due, things didn't start to turn brown until they started turning blue. Here's a strange coincidence. Remember, Ken's 55, Napo's 53, and Alex is 43. Well, if you add those together, you get 151. Divide that by the number of players, 3, and you get 50. And that was the score, 50-0. Fortunately for the Dirty Reds, winning isn't everything. You don't miss what you've never had. The camaraderie is their reward, and humiliation is mine.
Roger Ramsden's awards today. There's two good candidates. Number one was Chris Hill from Channel 7, who went through all hell on Thursday night to film this thing.
Roger Ramsden, he's our man, hero of our nation. For his adventures, just be sure and stay tuned to the station.
Yeah, it's tough old boys, never mind, Chris. Just keep training for another 30 years and you might get a run.
We are